What's up, guys? Today we're at the Underground Reptiles farm,
and today we're gonna take the tour of the Tegu farm at Underground Reptiles to show you guys all these different kinds of Tegus, species, crosses, you know, all that great stuff. We recently got into Tegus, so we're like, hey, why not? Let's learn from the best.
Yep. Alright, so we're here with Ryan Gitman, the owner of Underground Reptiles, and we're gonna take a look at some Tegus.
Today's gonna be all about Tegus, the different species, the crosses, albinos, all the coolest Tegus out there.
Okay, what we got here is a female Chicoan black and white Tegu. Originally, they come from Paraguay. There's a little area between Paraguay and a couple other countries, including, I think, Brazil's in that little area there too, and then you've got, I don't know what, but there's a bunch of countries. And the animals that occur there are a lot of them, they crossbreed with other animals. So the people that are like, I don't want to crossbreed my animals, like, they do that in the wild. That's
right, because like the blues and the black and white, they think they're the same species, right?
Well, yeah, and they cross in some places. Blues occur in Brazil, and then you have this top mountain area where the blues occur to, and then it goes all the way down, and then all around Uruguay, Paraguay, all these areas that circle Brazil have this area where the animals crossbreed, and then slowly as it goes further north or south, east or west, the animals get their own look to them.
Right.
You know, their own characteristics come out. But there's a whole areas where the animal changes. It's like down here in Florida. If you go up in West Palm Beach, if you go down by Belle Glades, the corn snakes look really different. They have these stripes down them. They get much bigger, and people say, well, why does that happen? They're naturally breeding with yellows in the wild. But you get some people go, oh, you shouldn't cross a yellow and a red. It's like, they do that naturally, though.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody likes the way that looks, why not do it? I don't know. I'm a proponent of crossbreeding if it is something I like, especially when I'm trying to get a nice strong gene pool. There's just so many animals you can get out of the wild, and you want to stop getting them after a while, and then you got to breed them. And there's just so many times you could breed the same animals back and forth, strengthen up their lines. Anyway, These come from Chaco. These are Chicoan. Some people call them Chicoan giants, Chicoan whiteheads. They're come on. It was a little cooler this morning. Animal gets about 3.5 to 4 foot. I've seen some as big as 5 foot. They get anywhere from really, really dark heads to really, really light heads. So what we have here is an animal that's really a cross, a naturally occurring cross. And what's really cool about him, why I want to show it to you, is he has characteristics of both the one that comes from Paraguay and the one that comes from Argentina. We call him blackface. Can you hold this for me, bro? Yeah. He's a giant black and white Tegu with a giant black and white face. Hey, blackface. Hey. See him? You see how amazingly dark his face is?
Yeah.
But he has bands on the side, and yet almost like a shattered or fractured pattern. He has bands on the top across the back, and yet a fractured, shattered pattern on the side. That's usually the characteristic of the ones that are crosses, where they have characteristics of both. Now what we're trying to do this coming year is we're going to cross him with some other ones that have darker characteristics, because I want to try eventually to get
melanistics?
a lizard that's completely dark, and make it genetic. I don't want some freak mutation. I really like to have it be genetic. Black and white Tegus, Argentina and Paraguay, are like the most popular. I sell more of those than anything else. I can't produce enough of them. They start breeding earlier than any other lizard, any other Tegus. So these things start to breed in late February, March, and by April we're getting eggs. By June, we've already got them hatching, and every single time by July, everyone's gone, sold out. We want to take them to the show and sell them. We can't produce enough of them. Last year we produced 350, 380 of them, all gone. They're the cheaper ones. And they're not the easiest ones. I don't know why people love them so much.
Are they the biggest, or the?
Yeah, they're one of the biggest ones. Absolutely, those and the big reds that come from Argentina. Like blackface, a big Tegu. You're not going to get too many Tegus that big. This is an interesting animal. I'm glad she's out. This is a second-year animal, which means she's still a virgin. She hasn't bred yet. But this coming year, after she gets out of hibernation, right now it's, what is it, September?
Yeah,
September. So it's late September. She still wants to eat. She'll probably eat through most of the winter until it gets really cold in January. She'll go into hibernation and she'll come out probably 15 to 20% bigger, ready to breed. It'll be her first year. She'll be a 3-year-old. This is a pure Argentine. Now you can tell by the solid bands down the back, which go all the way down the side. She has more of a marbleized head, less of a. She looks a little bit more on the head and top like Blackface did. But this is what we go for. This is the aim of the pure Argentine. People who like Argentine black and white Tegus, this is what they're looking for. Now the interesting task for any potential breeder, if you're a breeder out there and you're like, man, I'd really love to breed Tegus, you know, how do I do it? It's a great question. A lot of people ask that. And let me give you a couple little hints. If you're looking and interested in breeding Tegus, you have to find the proper balance between what the animal's natural instincts are and its learned behavior. It is such a delicate balance, and the best breeders do that, and some of them might not even know that. What is the animal going to do naturally as if it were still in the wild? And what's the animal going to learn from the way I set it up, the way I feed it, the way I take care of it? And finding the balance in between those two to maximize that so that the animal, you don't want just to be a sausage stuffer, as we used to say when I was breeding snakes. You don't want to be one of those people who just, now it's all about the money and how can I breed the animal. This is still your pet, you're still enjoying it. I still love sitting out here and staring at it. So you got to find that balance between what you really love and also what's going to pay the bills, because this female here, right now, guys, this female here is probably going to eat some $200 to $300 worth of mice, rats, and chicken in a year. Now, I'm sorry if that sounds horrible to some of you, but she's got to carry her weight around here a little bit. And anybody who goes into the breeding business, not just breeding, you live home, your mom and dad, you got a solid job, and you're just producing a few bearded dragons and ball pythons, hey, more power to you. That's not what we do here. I got to pay for my wife and kids. You know what I mean? My wife has a habit I have to support. It's called eating. Now, since this is not my video, but somebody else's video, I could say some really cool stuff and not worry about it. You guys can get in trouble. Now, what it is, this is my own line of Tegus called the purple Tegu. Now, what the purple Tegu is a 3/4 blue, 1/4 red. But you got to remember, that's not just taking an animal, that's 3/4 and 1/4. Then we bred them back to each other, thus creating our own line. So now our purples all come from within. We're not making any more new purples. Our purples are all purples. Those people that are out there, and I see them out there, I have a purple, I have an ice, I see a guy that has a pink panther. I haven't produced more than 3 pink panthers. Been working on a project 10 years, but there's other people who say they have pink panthers. You're just copying what I'm doing. You know what I say? More power to you. I think it's a good idea. Marketing is what we do. We have to not only be good breeders, good producers, we also have to be good marketeers. That's why we're making these videos. So you guys that are copying the stuff, thank you very much. I think that is the sincerest form of flattery. More power to you. All the best. This here is one of my females. She's about 6 or 7 years old now. Every year she gives me good eggs. Every year we get good stuff from her. Now this past year I crossed her with something else that we're working on a possible project for the future. I'm not going to tell you about that right now. But she gave us
off camera.
About 15 to 20 good eggs. Most of them hatched and did good. The babies look beautiful. Now what you can see about her, and this is what I like about this line, again, this could happen in the wild. Blue Tegus and red Tegus cross naturally in the wild. So this is very possible it could happen in the wild. So again, if you're a purist and you only want to produce your own, I only want pure reds or pure blues, hey, more power to you. But don't put anybody else down who wants to do that. That's their business, man. Just enjoy yourself, man. Have a good time. Stop being such a jerk. Don't be a reptile snob. We don't like reptile snobs. So look how white her belly is, which is more characteristic of the blue or even the red. Now, you'll notice on her, she has the blue characteristics down her eye and then her side. But look at all the spotting. You could actually see a couple of, you see a little red spot on her? Can you guys get that in? It's so funny. She has like one little red spot on her shoulder. Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah. Now what's really cool about the blue-red crosses, the purples, so to speak, is that when they scar, the scars heal red. And that's a real good indicator that you have across. Some people going, oh, I bought this Tegu from so-and-so. Look, this is our blue line. Look at the blue. Look at the pure, nice blue. It's a darker blue. That's not the platinum line. That's a pure blue. Burnt nose, as we call it. Big fat teardrop going straight down from the eye. Looks like ink. And then these nice side blotches going down the belly with faint striping. That is a classic blue Tegu from Brazil. Back to the purple. Now, so here's the purple. If I can get the cage up. Looks a little bit like that other one. Thank you. Got that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it.
Now look at him. I'm sorry, her. Look at the difference on this one as opposed to the other one, though. Look at the belly. You see all that red?
Yep.
So you never know what's going to come out visual. You don't know what's going to come to the surface because you got all these bloodlines getting mixed in there. And just like a person, you know, a white person and black person have a baby. Sometimes the baby comes out really light. Sometimes the baby comes out looking like both of them. Sometimes, I mean, as the father of...
And that's why you get so much variation with the albinos
Exactly.
and all the
that was the whole
ice.
thing we were trying to do with the ice Tegus, to get 3 different bloodlines. You never know what's going to be visual, and now add albinism to it.
Yep.
Who knows what you're going to get? That's why they're so stinking popular. I'd like to think that's why they're so popular, because it's almost like a chondro, and that was the idea. We in the Tegu, my idea for you guys, especially for you guys, take what the other guys are doing and do it good or do it better. Ball pythons, they come up with their own names. The reticulated pythons, those guys over on the West Coast, man, they're doing crazy things. They're coming up with their own names, they're marketing. Why are we so bad if we do that? I don't understand. We're not. We're having fun, enjoying ourselves. Now, you guys want to see something really cool? Look at this thing.
Talking about that, I think it's also important to label them so people know what it is without having to see it or the genetics behind it. You know, like when you say purple, oh, I automatically know it's 75% blue, 25% red. I think it helps a lot.
Sure, I mean, that's why I think you're 100% right. And naming the animal something that will stick as a brand is great, but naming it something that will describe what it is, man, now you accomplished 2 goals. Look at this thing, guys. This is really interesting for next year. Now, this is a 3-year-old. I'm going to show you how this is a true purple. She's, matter of fact, related to those other 2 animals we just showed you. Look how freaky this thing is, though. Look at how dark the genetics on that thing came out. So I'm thinking we're going to cross her with Blackface, the other one you just saw. Are you on your way?
Yep, no, you're good.
Look at how dark her head is. Now, 3/4 blue, 1/4 red. But look at her. She's freaky all the way down the tail. Dark, dark, dark. Now I'm going to keep breeding her back to darker animals until I get the ultimate in dark animal genetically. And then do other crazy things with it. We call her Grape because she looks like a big dark grape. So Teek, the next line I want to show you is the Ice Tegu line. Now we'll switch to them. Okay, we're going to talk to each other while we talk to you guys. This is the ice line. Now, what's special about the ice line for us, and the reason we came up with the name ice, is because we mixed 3 different bloodlines. The Ice Tegu is 50% black and white, 37% blue, 13% red. You don't know what it's going to be until the babies come out. You don't know what's going to be visual. Now look at that one, how white and low brown the head is. Come over here, look at this female though. Now, I want you to know that these are siblings.
Full siblings.
Full siblings. Same mommy, same daddy, same time. See that? Look how different those animals are. And we have other ones that are even more different than them. But, so here's the thing though, and this is the interesting thing. Their mom was an albino purple. Their dad was a black and white. So you have an animal that's 3/4 blue, 1/4 red. That's their mom, but she's an albino.
Right.
So we take this male, black and white, and we put him with her. He mates with her. I didn't think the eggs were good because the cage was real dusty. I pulled out 30 some odd eggs, and they were all, I was like, oh man, well, if they hatch, they hatch. Every one of them hatched. And the animals were beautiful, all variable. But so here's the thing. All those animals, since their mom is albino, is what?
Had albino.
100% had.
100%, yeah.
which is really hard to come by, especially with the blues, because albino blues, unless you got some other mixture in there, they really don't produce much, hardly at all. I haven't seen it. I've talked to people who said they've done it. I haven't seen it. So now we raise those up, we breed them back, and now we're getting high percentages. Me and Eric Zukowski, both our clutches, I mean, we got 15, 20, 30 in a clutch. We're getting 7, 8 albinos per.
Yeah. And we've seen them here, like they keep popping out.
So
Crazy.
It's been amazing. This is a really, and so many people out there, you breeders that are out there, if you're watching this, I've seen some of you guys just doing beautiful things with your Tegus, man, and you're taking some of my bloodlines and crossing them with yours, and I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I think the more people are getting into Tegus, there's an old saying in business, when the tide comes in, all boats rise with it. If we get together and stop fighting against each other, because we keep fighting against each other, they're going to shut our butts down because we can't get together on fighting the government. Because they do want to shut us down. You better figure that out. So look at some of the others.
So you think that because that you have, you know, these ice Tegus and they're like hybrids or crosses between all the different types, that's why they're being more prolific with all the albinos and all that?
I think that when you have a situation where the bloodline is so pure, meaning it's not crossed back and forth. These animals aren't like inbred.
Right.
You know, it's first generation, first genetics. You're talking about that black and white, when it mixed with the purple, it's complete. There's no inbreeding at all whatsoever. Unless there's new purples coming in, unless there's new blues coming in from Brazil, which I seriously doubt, or some people that have them in Europe, I think they're trying to ship them over here. Unless that happens, man, all the blue Tegus came from 6 original animals that Ron St. Pierre got. So, I mean, eventually that's got to weaken the bloodline somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at this amazing ice Tegus.
Wow. They all smell the camera.
Now what's really cool, I mean, if she gets close enough, try to get her over here, I'll let you see. So look at her back. If I showed you just her back, you'd say, oh, it's a black and white Tegu. But you look at her face and it's like, well, she does have a brown nose and a little bit of tear, so she's a blue. But when you pick her up and look at the belly, man, she's got a red belly.
What?
Yeah. Man, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Right down to the tippy tip of her tail. So you're talking about an animal that is displaying visually 3 characteristics plainly, boldly. And for an animal that has so little red bloodline, her belly is so red. If you see her chin too, yeah, you can see the red on her chin, right on her jowl area. That's why we do crossbreeding. Not inbreeding, crossbreeding. And she's 100% heifer albino. So here's our baby area. All these are racks of our babies. And even though it's already September, late September, we held back enough babies so that we could hopefully supply through
For the rest of the year.
Right, through the end of the year. We've never had this many babies at this time of the year, so hopefully what we did worked, and we have everything. If you see they're marked, these are Black Flame, which is a black and white and red mix. This is an American Tegu. This is something we got from Laura Roberts. She produced this animal that's red, white, and blue, and we like it. We called it the America Tegu. It's red, white, and blue. We got reds and high white reds. We've got super red. That's the new line we were talking about. We were keeping that on the hush hush.
Okay.
All right. Here's we have still got baby ice Tegus. These are the ultra purples. This is the regular purple crossed with the ice male. He's really funky. Look, the first half of his body, first part of his body looks just like a regular, and then all of a sudden he looks like a red Tegu with the spots. These are 100% het for anatharistic reds. These are some holdback. You want to see a really cool holdback we got? This is great. Working on this for black and whites in the future. Look at the striping on that.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
And that's just a regular black and white.
Look at the belly too, like it has some
Yeah,
funky...
it's really cool.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the side of that thing.
Yeah.
Tell me there's something going on there. Who knows if it's genetic? We're about to find out. Just wait 3 years. Where do you see what we got? Oh, and then we got the anatharistic reds. If you guys have never seen a really cool anari red.
And that's a brand new, like...
Some people call this the silver. So this is a red Tegu that has no red in it at all.
Right.
When it gets older, it looks almost white to silverish.
Yeah.
There's no red in this. I'm sorry about the poor lighting here, but...
You said you don't have any reds, right, to put it next to show kind of
yeah,
like
I got the hets.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And these will keep getting redder and redder.
Right, and that's
will go
not.
like
No
silver.
red. How about an albino? You see an albino?
Oh yeah.
So these are the ice albino. I smell popcorn. So that's the ice albino. It has the characteristics. It's really tough to see in this poor lighting that I've got happening here, but it has like a yellow head, and I got crap over my finger. It's got a yellow head with purple sides. So I don't even know what's going to be visual on this thing because this is one of the ones we call the cherry ice.
And you, like you said, each one is kind of different.
Yeah, you got this light purple here, you got the dark purple there, you got the yellow on the head. Now look at the bands, like the black and white. Really no spotting until you get down to the tail, like the red.
Would that be considered a tiger because of the striping that it goes down all the way to the sides?
And the tigers we kind of kept to more of the darker ones, the ones that look like that original purple tiger, but I mean I guess you can name it whatever you want when you buy it. Then we see the America.
And is this the first year that the American Tegus were produced?
Yeah.
Very nice. A lot of white on them.
Yeah. This is a black and white, a red, and a blue Tegu combined. Red, white, and blue.
Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up this Tegu tour we just took with Ryan Gitman. We are super excited to have started our journey into the Tegu game.
You mean Tegu domination?
I don't know.
I'm
I
just
don't know
kidding,
how to catch you
man,
up, but
we're super excited to you know, get into the Tegu game, and we hope to produce crazy things in the near future. But you know, if you guys should follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and hit the subscribe button down below if you like our videos. Also,
follow Underground Reptiles on Instagram, YouTube. I'm sure you guys have seen some of their YouTube videos, and all social media. Check them out. They have some great animals. We've been friends with them for some time, and yeah, till next time, next week, next Saturday,
every Saturday,
new video
forever.
for life.